Hello, welcome to my second YouTube video. I'm super excited. Today I will be talking about multi-generational business communication. Now, even though the title is business communication, I just want to let you know that some of these tips and tricks that I'll be talking about can work in a variety of settings. It can work with intergenerational communications in your family, maybe where you volunteer, also where you worship. So, even though I'm talking about businesses per se, these tips and this information can work for a variety of people. So, let's just jump right in. In 2011, the University of New Mexico's Anderson School of Management found that 70% of surveyed workers experienced intergenerational conflict in their place of business. Fast forward to today, with Gen Zers entering the workforce, there are likely at least four generations of employees in the average workplace. So, with these different generations working together, everyone has their responsibility to understand each other's values, motivators, beliefs, and communication styles. That's what we're here to talk about today. Let's start with the baby boomers. This generation values relationship building. They're goal oriented. This is the generation that really started thinking about equality among different races, different genders in the workplace. They prefer to communicate by telephone or in person. But again, keep in mind, I'm talking generals here. Everybody is different. Now let's talk about the Gen Xers. This generation values personal development opportunities. They're independent, hard workers, and they may prefer instant feedback from managers and coworkers. They value phone and in person conversations, but they're more likely to text and email. Now let's talk about, in my opinion, the most important group, the millennials. This generational group, we're at the point in our careers where we're seeking advancement opportunities. And some of us are more likely to job hop in order to achieve those career goals that we're seeking. We're curious thinkers, and we may prefer email and texting over in person communication when it's appropriate. Last but not least, let's talk about the Gen Zers. This group have definitely have an entrepreneurial spirit. They're progressive thinkers. They value companies that stand for social and economic advancements. They may prefer texting or other forms of instant messaging and gaining access to new information through social media platforms. So, now let's talk about how to use this information in a positive manner. Remember, we are all unique and we are all uniquely shaped by our individual experiences. You really have to check your bias at the door. So some examples on how to use this information would be a baby boomer CEO that's interested in change leadership may want to use the company's social media platforms not only to educate customers, but also their Gen Z employees regarding their strategic plan to create a greener organization or a more socially conscious organization. Another example could be a millennial coworker that may have some interesting ideas on how to streamline production or improve client satisfaction. They may send an initial email to a Gen X counterpart with an option to meet in person and discuss details further if they so desire. A bad example of how to use this information would be an example of, say, a Gen X manager. Uh, Instead of calling IT to fix a new gadget in the office, may explain that, hey, we have a new hire that's a Gen Zer. They can fix anything. They know about this tech stuff. Well, they may not realize that this new hire may not be very tech savvy. And this exchange could result in an embarrassing exchange between the new hire and the manager. So, again, it's all about using this information wisely. Working together is the key. Managers and leaders can assign intergenerational work groups to tackle projects and process improvement initiatives. This will promote the appreciation and the sharing of work-related knowledge and skills. Mentoring opportunities are so important. Mentoring relationships can have many benefits, not only just for the mentee, but also it can be a learning experience for the mentor, and ultimately, it benefits organizations. These relationships help close organizational gaps. I read a study by Lester et al. 2011 that cited research that formal, overly structured mentoring programs are ineffective and that mentoring relationships should occur organically. Many organizations have shied away from introducing expensive and time consuming traditional mentoring programs into their organizations. For this reason, it leaves it up to the individual to make these connections. However, if the connections are hard to make due to external pressures on a company's managers and leaders, then the mentoring opportunities would be hard to produce. This way, organizations have to be willing to create a culture that facilitates these relationships. Firms should also not focus solely on mentoring A players, but also rewarding B players and giving them the opportunities to participate in committees and being involved in projects that will give them exposure to various individuals throughout the organization. With that being said, younger workers entering a field should not wait for opportunities to come their way. They should seek them personally. This is the best way to learn, grow, and build relationships with those that may act as mentors or sponsors as you develop your skills and seek career advancement opportunities. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you made it this far, please like the video, subscribe to see more from me. And as always, I will place a list of references somewhere around here. Have a good day. Thank you.